So today's video is going to be very dark in a sense, but it's just something that needs to be said. And we're going to be talking about the modern day man and marriage. Now, I think there's this delusion with the modern day man when it comes to marriage. They expect marriage to be just this utopia of happiness, this fantasy world of love everywhere, spending every single weekend with your spouse and whatnot, just, going on vacations and going to brunches and traveling the world with your significant other, making a lifetime filled with memories. And just there's so much delusion when it comes to the modern day man and marriage. And honestly, I truly believe that most modern day men have no business getting married really before the age of 27. You see, most modern day men fail to even take care of themselves. Most modern day men don't have their shit together, whether it be with their career, whether it be with money, whether it be with just even taking care of themselves, right? Exercising, overweight, obesity. If you can't take care of yourself from a health standpoint, if you can't take care of yourself from a physical standpoint, a financial standpoint, your career's up in the air, there's horrible lifestyle habits, how the hell do you expect to take care of a family? How do you expect to take care of your wife and your future kids? You see your parents, right? And you see maybe even older cousins or older siblings in their late 30s and even early 40s and going onward, right? Life was very, very different for them compared to the modern day man. Those men back in the day, they were just built so much differently compared to the pathetic state of modern day men. You see, the modern day man spends his weekends scrolling on social media, going on dating apps, chasing just dopamine after dopamine in this technology-based world, right? Whereas back then, when I was a kid, I remember looking at older cousins that I had and just how different their life was. They actually spent time with their families. They spent time with each other. They didn't spend time, just scrolling on their phone all the time. People knew back then what hard work was, walking to work, taking the bus to work, right? And you look at modern day society now with just spoiled young adults, right? Who may have even had a car in high school or a car in college, right? Just not knowing the true value of a dollar, seeing things on social media, seeing other people's lives, expecting their life to be like that, right? Marriage isn't a game. So if you go into this not having your life together from a financial and health standpoint, you're going to be fucked. And really, you have no business really before the age of 27 getting married at all. If I'm being honest with you, settling down with the first girl you meet, that woman that you met in college, right? That you're gonna decide to settle down with, she could be completely different when push comes to shove, when she's out there in the real world, right? You see, college relationships, high school relationships, they're all complete bullshit. We all know that, right? You're not a real man at that point. You're not really out there truly by yourself until you get your first job, until you really just get your first job and become financially independent and then start working in the workforce for at least a couple years to see if you can really self-sustain yourself, right? You need to experience life financially independent, be able to take care of yourself for a certain period of time before you hop into this marriage, this whole concept of marriage. People don't realize, they see all the rah-rah online on Instagram, and they see, all these lifestyles, a person and their fiance, or a person and their wife, or the person that they just got engaged to. They see, the bachelor parties on Instagram. They see, them taking vacations all around the world. Marriage isn't a game, okay? It's very, very serious. You think about divorce, man, right? All the things that could come with that. You think about the financial stuff, if you have children, paying child support, it can get very, very messy. So I think as a man, you really have to go through that time period of your 20s where you're living by yourself for at least a stretch of time, right? You learn to really take care of yourself, right? Becoming financially independent. People getting married at like 25, 24. No, bro, you haven't experienced life yet. And that's what makes the 20s so powerful, because it's like, this is where you have to experience and really go through your battle scars as a man. The 20s are really the foundation that will set you up for success in the later parts of your life. And I'm not saying that you can't turn around your life in your 30s, but really it's the habits that you learn throughout your 20s that'll stick with you for a long time. And I just think the modern day man is so preoccupied with getting into a serious relationship and dating, early 20s, mid 20s, just dating on their mind, trying to settle down with the girl, that they forget just to use their head a little bit. They're just obsessed with the rah-rah and all this crap that they see, on Instagram, thinking that, happy wife, happy life. No, bro. And I think there's a bunch of criteria that a man needs to really check before they can even consider marriage, in a sense. And I'm not just talking about, making at least 6 figures. I'm not talking about just that. Obviously, the finances are important, but really, what is your experience like when it comes to dating? Are you a man that's just dated a few girls throughout your life, and then apparently you've dated one girl for 6-8 months, a year, and you think this is the one, and you're only 24, 25 years old, and you're thinking about marriage? Really, before like the age of like 28, if you're getting married, it's just gonna leave a life of uncertainty, a life of what if. You see it all the time, the divorce rates. You see just men, women and men just cheating on each other, just frustrations, the man losing his job, not being solidified financially, and then the woman leaving because the man can't take care of themselves anymore. Marriage isn't a joke. It's not a game, It's really a make or break situation. Imagine having a kid but not having other aspects of your life together, right? Most men don't even have a couple grand saved up in the bank, and they're thinking about settling down with the girl that they've been dating. It's so delusional, okay? You need to build yourself up as a man, and that doesn't really happen until you've had a stretch of at least, 4, 5, 6 years of just self-improvement and building yourself up as a man, right? I'm not saying you can't date at all. You want to date around for a couple years, at least 3 years, before you hop into something like marriage, right? So, and even then, right? You meet a girl, things are going well, you guys go exclusive. Make sure you date the girl for at least 2.5 to 3 years before you commit to something like marriage, man. Be careful with these modern day expectations, man. It's not all rah-rah like you see it. At the end of the day, you need to look out for yourself, bro, because nobody else will. Anyways, guys, that is it for today's video. Be sure to drop a comment below, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.